Hey guys, it's Brooke Olson here with the Physio Revolution, and we are getting started with part 3 of our low back pain series. The first video, if you recall, was about the why and kind of how low back pain occurrences happen. And then the second part 2, was more about, what can I do to self-assess myself and make sure that some of these areas of my spine are strong and robust. And so part 3 series is, if that test was a little bit tough and you found it difficult and you really want to kind of understand how you can hone in on that area of your spine. And we're talking about the posterior aspect of the spine, having the musculature strong enough to, sustain us throughout a day, and the endurance aspect, of being able to have, strong enough muscles to do what we do, because constantly we find ourselves either sitting to watch TV, sitting at our desks, sitting in our cars with long commutes. And so we're talking about scenarios that a lot of people are being faced with these days, and low back pain is becoming more and more prevalent. So really quick here, I want to show you kind of a variation of exercises of what you can do. And now you've probably done these before, but I want to add a little bit of a twist that I'll give patients for this low back pain strengthening exercise. Okay, so if you don't feel comfortable, you don't think that this is something that you should be doing, then don't do it. And always consult first, right? Go see your local physical therapist, go talk to your doc. Make sure that this stuff is appropriate for you before you begin it. But nonetheless, I'm going to show you here on the plinth here really quick, but it's an exercise that we just called that our Supermans. And it's exactly the way that Superman would fly, right? Because, the whole time that you see him flying, he's in a full extension bias, what we talked about in our first video, right? Not a flexion bias, but an extension bias. So I'm going to show you here really quick. So Supermans are pretty simple, right? You just need to be able to get on your belly. You can do this on your bed. You can do this on the floor. What you're really trying to do is you're trying to keep your arms straight ahead of you. Now, if that's uncomfortable for your shoulders, out to the side is okay. Find a comfortable position. But from at this point, you're going to raise up and see if you can lift your chest off of that floor or that area. And you can either do repetitions, right? Down and up, or you can do sustained longer holds. Now, one thing is, when I'm positioned this way, I can really activate my glute muscles. One way that we can turn those off and really just focus on the back doing the muscles is if you turn your toes towards each other. Okay, so that's going to rotate the thighs inward a little bit and actually decrease the activation of your glutes. Now, as you go to activate and you bring yourself into your Superman, you're going to find that you can't really fire your butt as much anymore, and you have to work your back. So this is one exercise that I give people, and I always tell them to rotate their feet inwards to help them. Another way to progress this is take a blanket or a rolled towel and kind of put it underneath your hips to give you a little bit more of a hinge at your hips. So again, feet rolled in. This gives you a more in-depth progression as well. And now you're working off of that, right? Now if you're really feeling your glutes fire, you got to really turn them in and kind of position them off so the back's doing all the work. So those are a few progressions. I always advise people, if you're missing the endurance aspect of it, kind of do longer holds versus than just up and down, right? You're not going to get as much from just up and down as you would as like holding for 5 to 10 seconds at the top, doing about 10 times. You're going to find yourself winded. You can kind of hear that I am too, because you're sitting on your lung area, and that really just is helping the whole body learn how to move in a different way that we normally don't do. So I hope this finds you well. I hope this finds you happy. And comment down below. Let me know what you thought of the 3-part series and how it's going for you. Hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.